Hello.
Hi, I'm Alexis
And
again.
Kasey.
Today's topic is
Awkward dates.
yeah,
What to do, what not to do, and what to do in awkward situations.
right. So I'll start out by telling you my awkward date. All right. So this is what happened. I went on a date with this guy. Okay, he was like 2 years older than me, and I thought it was so like cool or whatever. And we went to go see Avatar. So lame, whatever. But we went to go see it, and we're sitting down, whatever. Like he like brought me some popcorn, and like, throwing the popcorn in my mouth.
Oh, he was throwing it in your mouth.
No, shut up. And then he like put his arm around me, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm loving this. And I kind of cuddled in or whatever. And like like lights dimmed or whatever. And all of a sudden, my hair was like this, and my hair went, boom, and my head flew back into the seat. And I was like, oh god, what is going on? So I like turn around, and it was his ex-girlfriend. They just broke up a week and a half ago maybe, and his ex-girlfriend, she was like screaming at me in the middle of the movie theater. So what do you do in situations like that?
You run.
I ran out of the movie theater, called my mom because I didn't have my license yet.
And even if she did, he drove her. So, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's all she's supposed to do.
Right, and I haven't talked to him since.
Which for any girl, if you're dumb enough to talk to him, that's your own fault.
If you like text him that night and say like, what just happened?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Haha, it was funny.
No. If he thought it was funny, he probably would have ran out with you.
Right.
Like,
But
you
stayed in there with her,
obviously ran out alone. So.
Right. So that's why I haven't talked to him since. That was like 2 years ago.
Right. Okay.
Awkward.
So my awkward date was really awkward, actually. Okay, so he wanted to like meet me there at the movie. So I was like, okay, like this is really weird. Like obviously I'm not just gonna meet you there like sketchy. So he was like, well, I can meet you there. I'm not sure if I'll be there or not. So like I was kind of like, well, okay. Like I really thought this kid was super hot, so I was like kind of like one of those girls. I was like in denial. So I was like, all right, like whatever. Well, I ended up taking two friends with me, and thank God because he brought a friend, and they sat in the very front row of the movie the entire time. And it was a scary movie, and I hate scary movies. I hate it. No. So like sat with my friends the whole time. And in the middle of the movie, he gets up, flips me off, and runs out. And he calls me, and he was like, I just want you to know that I went out to eat at Wendy's. I'll meet you back over. So I was like, all right. At this point, I was just like, you know what? You're retarded. Like I'm not doing this. So like we walk out. When the movie's over, we walk out, and he's standing there. And I walked by him, and I flipped him off, and like he was like, are you not gonna give me a hug? And I literally walked out, and like this is after I didn't have my license. My mom picked me back up, was bringing me at a friend's house, and I told my mom what had happened, and then she was like, well, just like flip him off when we drive by. So him and his friend were like standing in the front of the movie, like waiting for their ride, and I was like, like I hate you so much. And then that whole night he was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I was just like, dude, you're a douche. Like, don't talk to me. Like,
okay.
no.
First of all, I think the whole movie date thing is for like, how old were you when you went on it?
I thought it was 8th grade.
Yeah, exactly. I would think I was going into my freshman year, so it's kind of like you don't do movie dates anymore.
I haven't been on a movie date since 8th grade.
Yeah,
I went to movies with my dad.
Like you don't go on movie dates anymore. That is so.
That's if like you don't want to talk to people. I mean, like if you're scared.
Yeah, I've been dating my boyfriend for 14 months, and we go to the movies. So like for a first date, you don't know.
Yeah, I dated a guy for 3 years, and I just didn't. The movies to me were kind of like. They're like an awkward stage because you don't know what to say.
That's when they say that's why it's cool to go to the movies because you don't have to talk to them.
Right, and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to the movies.
Yeah, like you like put it on MySpace. Going to the movies.
Oh, I kept it to myself because I really didn't know what was gonna. Like I knew it was sketchy, so I was like, I'm not gonna like act like this is gonna be something cool. Exactly. Why I'm glad.
Exactly. So this brings us to our next thing. I'm getting stood up on a date, which has happened to me 5 times with the same guy. Yeah. I really want to mention your name because you're a douche, but he was so hot. Like he was so hot. And yeah,
dude, so hot. Oh my god, dude.
And so this kid texted me.
I probably would go for the 6th time.
Okay, he texted me the first time. I was like, want to go to the movies tonight? Yes. Awkward movie date again. And I was like, sure, if you want. And he was like, yeah. I mean, I was totally like, oh my god, yeah. Like,
But like secretly
yeah,
behind his
but
phone,
like,
like
yeah, okay. So he's like, all right, meet me there because we didn't have our license. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he had.
I think it's everyone's line. Meet me there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So like, it would have been weird if like his mom was taking us or something like that. That was just weird. So I like met him there, right? I went to the movies. I didn't hear from him. I didn't get a text message. I didn't get a call. Didn't get anything. I called him. I called him 3 times. That's the limit. You don't call him like more than 3 times, and you're like, because you don't really know. So, and it wasn't like calling up. It wasn't like that. It was like I waited for like an hour, and I just told my mom I went because I was embarrassed. Whatever.
yeah, I just
So
feel like
then
yeah, it was fine. I don't really know if I'm gonna see him again.
Right,
Like, I'm
exactly.
not really
So
sure.
if you get stood up, remember 3 times is the maximum time you can call him, and you do not text him that night. So I waited for like a week to text him.
You do not text him that month.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, I waited a week to text him, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he texted me back. He goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I got my phone taken away that night." So you know me being the little gullible one was like, "Oh my God, it's okay. It's totally fine." And he was like,
I watched the movie by myself.
"Yeah, exactly." I was like, "Let's plan this again." And he was like, "All right." So like played it again. Okay. Well, this time I didn't actually go to the movies, but he was like, "I'm leaving now," and I was like, "Okay." Text me when you get there. So then when he got there, I would have known that he was there. And he texted me and he was like, I'm here. And I was like, okay. I went there. Right? So yeah, didn't talk to him for like a year maybe. It's just after that it was just so whatever. And then it just kept happening, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I've talked to him in like 3 years. So yeah. It's whatever, you know what I'm saying? So when you get stuck on a date, first of all, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like he was the hottest guy ever.
Yeah, definitely was. And even if he's not that hot, like you don't need to tell anybody that you got stood up.
Yeah,
Dude, like if it's the guy that
Okay.
you just met, make a date up, dude. Like look at your friend and be like, best date of my life.
Right,
Like
exactly.
first thing he did was he went and bought me this ring.
Right.
It was cute.
And he brought me flowers and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
And
so
he put my hair in a ponytail for me. It was really precious. And
yeah, it was just like
at the very end of the date, he gave me a goodbye kiss. I mean, like, who cares? Jeez.
Alright, so anyways, but don't worry, it's okay. People get stood up, it's happened to me 6 times, 5 times, whatever. It's okay. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but
I don't think I've ever been like stood up on a
okay.
I don't really know. I mean, like, just because, like,
Right.
for me, I don't like dates. Like,
Right.
if I want to hang out with a guy, I'm like, oh, just want to, like, chill. Like, for me,
Right.
like, I would rather just be like, yeah, like, we can, like, hang out at the house.
I didn't go on my first date until I went to Florida and met this kid in Florida who lived there. Oh God, such a southern gentleman. If anybody from Florida or anyone from southern states watching this, you
Mad respect.
You know what YouTube I am. I'm Alexis.
And she will drive down. That's the thing about Lexi.
Yeah, well, and you can take me out on this date that you want to take me out on.
Or a horse ride.
Oh my God, I went on this date one time with this guy. His name was, I can't say names, but we went on a horse and carriage ride. So cute.
Alright, I want to tell you this. Okay, so this guy was like trying to get back together with me, and he had this huge day planned out. So like he took me he told me that we were going to the movies, which was like really awkward for me because I was like really. He took me to the park and he had like this huge one date set up and he had like our prom picture and like everything that I had made him and stuff like flowers. Yeah, like he like got us lunch and got my favorite sandwich and stuff and then we ate and then he was like scaring me because he was like, my cousin's house is abandoned and I'm taking it. I was like, no, take me home. Yeah. Took me to this farm and took me horse riding and I literally was like, yes, like that's so perfect. Yeah, they took me home that night and asked me out.
Yeah, that
and
was
they said no.
Whatever, you know? Yeah, I think all of my dates have just been disastrous. Besides the one I went on. I don't really count me and my boyfriend going on dates though. You know, like we go out, like we go to dinner. But that's not really
my last date literally was like a week ago and I didn't know it was a date. I thought we were hanging out, so I had on like my soccer shorts that I had, and like my socks, my sweatshirt, and I got in the car and I was like, hey, what's up?
And if you want a guy to truly like you, be who you are. Right. Don't show up and like super like sexy revealing.
Right, like I was going to the drive-in for 4 hours. Like I would not wear this to a drive-in.
Just be conservative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when I went to the drive-in with my boyfriend, I wore like some like sweatpants or like yoga.
But also, if it's like it's a first date, be like, you're taking me to the drive-in for a first
Yeah,
If you think I'm gonna
don't
sit
go
in
to
the
the
car
drive-in
with
on
you,
the first date. That is a rape waiting to happen.
not necessarily a rape.
No, if you
but,
don't know the guy.
Right. And if you don't have never like hung out with him, you're
Yeah,
gonna
if you met him off of
awkwardly-
Facebook,
Yeah.
if you met him off of Facebook and you're like, hey, what's up? Want to go to the drive-in? You're like, oh yeah, I'll meet you there. You're
And
getting
it's like
raped,
an awkward
and you might
4
get
hours. You don't know what you're gonna say to the kid. Like, hi, I play softball and volleyball and basketball. Okay, let me just drag this on for 4 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
You at least want to be texting the guy for like 2 weeks before you even consider.
Because you want to be able to know them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I get it. Dates are supposed to, like, you want to get to know the person better. But you also have to think, like, you don't want to, like, sit there and be like, okay, I have a brother. They should already know that. They should already know you have a brother and what his age is. A sister and what his age is. You know what I'm saying?
Her age.
Her age, whatever. They should know those basic things about you. You shouldn't, and if you go on a first date and they're asking you, do you have any siblings?
Yeah. Or when they're like, oh, I'll drive you pay. Are you kidding?
Never pay on a first date.
No.
Do not pay on a first date.
Even if it's like the 5th date and he's still trying to get you, like,
Right, exactly.
you're
You don't pay. If you are not, see, me and my boyfriend, we split. Like, one time I'll pay, and then the next time he'll pay. But that's
Not me,
because
I've
we're
never
dating.
paid.
That's because we're dating. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why pay? I don't think we should have all this. I mean, for the first, like, couple months, so you guys pay only. But,
I
like,
can't even think about like one time when I like paid.
you never bought a guy something? I used to buy my boyfriend scarves.
I like had my mom pay for it.
Okay, well, I guess that kind of counts, right? I used to have a job and then I lost it. So I don't know.
Okay, well,
Alright, that is our date 101. Hey, if you guys have any questions, let us know. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, we'll totally talk about it. Alright?
yep.
So I'm Alexis.
I'm Kasey.
Come back and visit us. Bye.